Why must something be wrong for me to want to see my old friend?
So, nothing's wrong?
Well, I didn't say that.
I have always loved Kung Fu Panda. So, and especially Master Oogway and his wisdom. And, you know, when I was watching Kung Fu Panda as a child and even as a teenager, the things that he says, you know, they sound very beautiful and they sound very mindful and zen, but I never really understood how deep this wisdom actually goes. And so today I just want to explain a little bit what Master Oogway is actually trying to teach. So let's get into it.
That is impossible. He is in prison.
Nothing is impossible.
Nothing is impossible. It is your belief of what is and isn't possible, or, well, what you believe is and isn't possible, that limits your understanding of the world. So, if you truly believe certain things are impossible, then, you know, you can never grow into someone who finds out how it is possible. When someone tells you something is not possible, that doesn't mean it's actually impossible. That simply means nobody or no human has yet figured out how to actually do it. Anything is possible.
One often meets his destiny on the road he takes to avoid it.
First of all, what are you doing trying to avoid the lesson that the universe is trying to teach you? The universe is putting these things, these obstacles, these destinies in your way for a reason. And here you are afraid to face them. So the thing is that all these lessons you have to go through in life, they teach you invaluable life experience and wisdom. And no matter how often you try to avoid them, or if you try to ignore them, the lesson will keep showing up. So learn the lesson. Only then can you make progress, and you'll stop being stagnant, and you'll learn your lesson. Face your destiny.
Your mind is like this water, my friend. When it is agitated, it becomes difficult to see. But if you allow it to settle, the answer becomes clear.
You view your own life situation through a perception filter. And this perception filter consists of your identity, your emotions, your attachments, all these things, you know, that make it difficult to actually see what is going on. Like, maybe you know what it's like to talk to a friend about a certain thing, and then because it's not your situation, you have this kind of outside view on it, you know, where it's easier to see the clear picture without attaching all of these perception filters to reality. And it is possible to start seeing your own life situation without all these things that make it so hard to see, that make the water so agitated, or the mind so agitated, right? But you have to detach the seriousness from it. You have to accept that whatever happens will happen, and you're gonna let yourself go through it. Let yourself experience the thoughts and emotions that you happen to experience, and it's okay, you don't need to be afraid. So yeah, if you simply detach the seriousness from the situation, you can start viewing your own life, your own experience from an outside perspective, basically.
I see you have found a sacred peach tree of heavenly wisdom.
Oh, is that what this is? I'm so sorry. I thought it was just a regular peach tree.
I love this scene because I don't think the tree is actually sacred. I think Poe is actually right that this is just a common peach tree. But a tree like this represents basically how all of reality works, where, we are like the peaches on the tree, and it's like, these days we have peaches of the same tree, like think of the universe as this peach tree, right? And it all began at the seed, and eventually it grew into all these different things that, now we call it stem and peaches and leaves and root and branches and all of these different words. But really, all of this never really stops being one thing. It never stops actually being the seed. And so what this tree actually is simply a metaphor for all of reality. And so these days we have, you and me are basically two peaches of the same tree. And here we are fighting over resources, fighting over who's right, fighting over, well-being. Even though, in the end, if I hurt another peach, I hurt myself. But because I don't see the connection anymore, the connection of two peaches on a tree is easy for us to see. But because we are not rooted to the ground like trees anymore, the connection between you and me becomes a lot harder to see. And so people feel like it's necessary to have this as a belief, but in fact it's simply a logical conclusion. And so, yeah, I don't think this tree is actually sacred. I absolutely love this scene because Master Oogway, I think, purposely takes this sacred tree so seriously, and then Poe is just standing there stuffing himself with these peaches, taking all of the seriousness out of it. And I think Master Oogway is very well aware that is the case. And yeah, it's definitely one of my favorite scenes of the whole movie.
I probably sucked more today than anyone in the history of Kung Fu. In the history of sucking.
Probably.
And the 5. Man, you should have seen them. They totally hate me.
Totally.
Maybe I should just quit and go back to making noodles.
And then it gets even better when Master Oogway, or I guess Poe, lays out his fears to Master Oogway. And Master Oogway just confirms them. He's like, yep, you're probably right. Yep, definitely. And but he does it with a smile because he knows there is no reason to be serious about it. And so this makes the scene just even greater. He again while affirming Poe's fear, he's showing him by his attitude and his actions that actually, yeah, maybe you're right, but it's okay. It's not all that serious.
Quit, don't quit. Noodles, don't noodles. You are too concerned with what was and what will be. There's a saying, yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a gift. That is why it is called the present.
Yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery. And herein, again, lies the secret pretty much, to what I call unconditional happiness. If you don't cling to the past, if you don't attach to the future, there is only actually the present moment. There is no past, there is no future. Those are ideas you make up of your mind. Now you may show me a photo that you took in the past and, tell me, look, there is the past. But actually you're showing me the photo now, aren't you? You're not actually showing me the past. Even if you were to go to the past somehow, it would still be now in your experience. There is no past, there is no future, and actually clinging to the past will make you depressed, and attaching to the future will make you anxious. When you realize these things are, completely out of your control, they are not even real, they're concepts created by your mind, it's okay, you stop being afraid of what tomorrow may bring, and you actually go into the next day with excitement of the unknown.
Shifu, there is just news. There is no good or bad.
There is no good and there is no bad. These things, I guess they don't really have a definition, right? So something isn't by law of nature good or bad. You can view a situation and then you can decide to view this as a good thing or to view this as a bad thing. But then maybe a certain context suddenly enters the situation and completely changes your outlook. And suddenly something you thought was bad is actually good. So things aren't actually good or bad. These are simply your judgments of, what you're perceiving.
That is bad news. If you do not believe that the Dragon Warrior can stop.
But now this is a bad thing. If you have this and this perspective about it. And exactly here he affirms again what I was just saying. It isn't actually bad. It is only bad if you have this and that belief.
That was just an accident!
There are no accidents. There are no accidents.
Life will always show you what you need to see and bring you where you need to be in order to learn the lessons that you need to learn. Once we die, all material achievements will disappear. But the lessons we learned, they remain.
My old friend, the panda will never fulfill his destiny, nor you yours, until you let go of the illusion of control.
You don't control your thoughts, you don't control your feelings. They happen. And just like they just happen, everything else around you just so happens. It's all one big happening. Just like, again, the tree, if we go back to that, there is no initiator of, the growing of the tree. That's just what happens when all the circumstances come together, the way everything is developed. It just so happens that that's how it is. That's how it happens. The sky happens. Missy happens. This whole field just so happens to happen. So that is the illusion of control. Believing that, your decisions can change your outcome, and in a way that isn't really false. But why do you make the decisions that you make? Why do you want what you want? Why do you like what you like? Maybe with certain things you can say, there was this influence when I was growing up that made me interested in this. But probably there was other people in similar situations that still weren't interested in the thing and rather bothered by it. So yeah, if you stop trying to control the narrative, and then you can start just letting the stream of the river kind of drag you along, and suddenly it's much easier than if you try to control the stream of the river and try to make the stream of the river go the opposite direction. That's just not going to work. It's going to take so much effort, and it's going to lead you absolutely nowhere. So just let it happen.
But you will get a peach.
But a peach cannot defeat Tai Lung.
Maybe it can, if you are willing to guide it, to nurture it, to believe in it.
But how? How? I need your help, Master.
No, you just need to believe.
The power of belief. So this is actually a really, really important lesson that I recommend all of you take to heart. And it is basically the world, the reality around you is, people use a mirror as a metaphor. It kind of reflects back at you what happens inside you will be reflected back at you by the physical world outside you. So basically, if you really truly believe you are the luckiest person in the world, then that's what the world will show you. Maybe it won't happen instantly, the physical reality might need a few days to catch up with what your spiritual reality is already living. But it doesn't even matter at that point. Like, when you know you're the luckiest person in the world, then you have nothing to be afraid of, you have nothing to worry about. And eventually, the world will have no other way than to present you with the reality you're assuming. And that is the power of belief. But if you stay stuck, believing only what reality has already shown you, then you're in the loop, that is pretty much so difficult to get out of. Because you need the physical reality as proof of whether you're lucky or not. You need to experience, or you feel like you need to experience this luck before you can then say, oh, the world has shown me I'm the luckiest person in the world. But actually it's the other way around. You need to now decide I'm the luckiest person in the world, and then the world will show you that you're right. But stay believing that, you can't do anything, and the world will present you with exactly that. So, in the end, you just have to believe. Just like Master Oogway says. So, listen to the thinkers, listen to the wise people. That's what we used to do in ancient times, right? Nowadays, we listen to actors and pop stars about their, political opinions and world views. That just creates a complete mass delusion. So, if you're not the great thinker yourself, then maybe don't choose celebrities as your deciders of what the world is like or should be like. They don't actually understand many things. So listen to the thinkers like Master Oogway. Thanks for watching the video, guys. This one was actually so fun to make. I'm thinking of also making one of these for maybe Uncle Iroh from Avatar. If you have any other characters of the same nature that you want to see explained a little bit, please let me know in the comments. And I will have a look. I will get to it, I promise. But yeah, let me know what you think about the idea of doing this for Uncle Iroh as well. Or maybe some other characters. Or maybe, you know, there's more Kung Fu Panda movies as well. So maybe we'll do the other Kung Fu Panda movies as well. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
You just need to believe. Promise me, Shifu. Promise me you will believe.